want to have makeup like the Instagram girls, but no matter what you try, it just doesn't come out right. I got so frustrated that I watched basically every celebrity makeup artist and influencer makeup artist tutorial. And yes, I'm a nerd, so I took notes. So I can now provide you with the definitive guide to Instagram baddie makeup. And I did it on myself as well. I went from this to this. So let's get into it. We want to take a sharp eyebrow pencil. Then we're going to outline the bottom of the brow from the end of the brow moving forward. Then once that's done, we want to fill in any sparse areas. Then using an eyebrow brush, brush the brow hairs down and outline the top of the brow. We then want to move the product to the front of the brows using the brush. Next, we want to take a small flat brush and a concealer with a thick consistency, and we're going to carve out the brow. We want to drag the product down the eyelid. Looking at my face right now, this is definitely a trust the process moment. Go ahead and set the eyelid with some translucent powder. You can also run the powder through your eyebrows to set them in place. So for your eyeshadow, you'll need a palette full of browns. I would recommend a Beauty Bay palette like this. Then you want to take a fluffy eyeshadow brush and a light brown shade. I'm going to use this one here, but what's light brown to you will depend on your skin tone. Then start at the lash line and work outwards. Then pull the brush back through the top crease. Then we're going to take a smaller shading brush and go in with a darker brown using the same technique, only with smaller motions. Then we want to go back to the first brush with the first transition shade, just to make sure everything is blended out so it's nice and seamless. Then we want to use black eyeshadow, again with a small shading brush, keeping as close to the lash line as possible using small circular motion. Now we're going to grab a wipe and then just clean this up, going upwards for that lifted look. If you have hyperpigmentation like me, colour correction is a must. You should use an orange corrector to cancel out the darkness. We then want to put a mattifying primer on the T-zone of the face in order to stop the makeup just sliding on off. Now we're going for a matte look, so we want to choose a foundation which is not too glowy. This one is the Fenty foundation, the soft matte longwear. With foundation, less is definitely more, especially when it comes to the forehead. For concealer, we want to have two shades, a darker shade and a lighter shade. We'll first use the darker shade around the perimeter of the face. That's just above the brows, the under eyes, the upper lip, and the chin. Then we want to put the lighter shade in the center of the face. When blending, we want to leave the center of the face to last to allow the lighter concealer to really warm up to the skin, giving us that bright, snatched under eye that we're looking for. When it comes to the inner corners, we really want to press the concealer really hard into the skin. We're going to set the outer perimeter of the face with a darker powder. Then we're going to use a lighter color for the inner part of the face. Next, we're going to take a sponge and lightly carve out underneath the cheekbone, which will give us a nice guide as to where our powder contour should go. Now we're going to take a powder contour and just give the nose a bit of definition. I barely have a nose, so I'm not going to do too much. I'm going to connect my nose contour to my eye makeup to give the face that snatched look. For the button nose effect, go underneath the nose like this. We're going to take the same sponge we used before and then just lightly bake the sides of the nose. Take that contour shade again and put it on the forehead and the cheeks. While I'm letting the powder settle a little, I added some wispy lashes. Now I'm adding some powder blush high up on the face. I'm going to take a lighter blush and remove the bake under my eyes. Now we're going to take small flat angled brush and define the lower lash line using a darker brown shade. To bring it all together, we're going to use the dark pressed powder we used earlier and a flat foundation brush to set the perimeter of the face again, and then a lighter pressed powder and do the same with the inside of the face. We're going to use a warm brown lip liner, keeping as close to the lip line as possible, particularly in the corners. This Mented Cosmetics lip liner is amazing. Blendable, but not too blendable, if you know what I mean. It's a black female owned brand, so go check it out. Now we're going to put a nude lipstick in the middle of the lip and buff that out with a brush. So there you have it, that's how you do the Instagram baddie look. I'm warning you though, this look will take you a good few hours, so make sure you've carved out the right amount of time for it. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. I'm gonna have a makeup video up every Friday. I have some really cool stuff coming up as well, so subscribe so that you don't miss out. Thank you for watching, see you next Friday.